Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily English Fluent Podcast. I'm Emily, and I'm very happy you are here with us today.
And I'm Jake. It's wonderful to spend this time with you again. We always imagine you listening somewhere in the world, maybe at home, on the bus, in a cafe, or while taking a walk.
Wherever you are, we hope you feel relaxed and comfortable while listening. Today, we have a very practical topic that almost everyone experiences.
We're going to talk about getting around the city, and we will do it in clear and natural English that is perfect for A2 to B1 learners.
Our conversation will sound natural, but we will use simple words and easy grammar so you can follow the meaning without feeling stressed.
And remember, you do not need to understand every single word. Just listen carefully. Enjoy the conversation and let your English improve little by little.
Before we begin, we have a simple question for you to think about while you listen.
Here is the question. How do you usually travel around your city?
Maybe you usually walk because the places you need are close to your home.
Maybe you ride a bicycle because it is healthy and often faster than driving during busy hours.
Perhaps you take the bus every day to school or work.
Or maybe you travel by train, subway, taxi, or even by motorcycle.
Every city is different, and every person has their own daily routine.
Some people enjoy traveling through the city, while others think traffic is the most stressful part of the day.
I think I notice the signs first. I always look for maps, street names, and directions because I don't want to get lost.
That sounds very practical.
Well, I have a talent for walking confidently in the wrong direction.
Really?
Yes. Sometimes I think, this road looks correct, and 20 minutes later I discover I am nowhere near the place I wanted to visit.
I think many people can relate to that experience.
It happens more often than I would like to admit.
The good thing is that getting lost often becomes a funny story later.
That is true. Sometimes you even discover beautiful places that you never planned to see.
Exactly. A small mistake can become a pleasant surprise.
Let's explain one useful expression before we continue. We often say, get around the city.
This simply means traveling from one place to another inside a city.
For example, someone might say, it is easy to get around the city because the buses come every 10 minutes.
Or someone could say, I like walking because it's the easiest way for me to get around the city.
This expression is very common in everyday English.
You'll probably hear native speakers use it when talking about travel or daily life.
Another useful word is transportation.
Transportation means the different ways people travel, such as buses, trains, cars, bicycles, and airplanes.
Sometimes people also use the shorter word transport.
Both words are useful, although transportation is especially common in American English.
Now let's imagine a simple situation.
Okay.
Imagine you have just arrived in a new city for a holiday.
You leave the train station with your suitcase.
You look around and see many streets, many people, and many buildings.
Everything is new, so you need to decide how to reach your hotel.
You have several choices.
You could walk if the hotel is nearby.
You could take a taxi if you have heavy luggage.
You might choose the subway if it is fast and easy to understand.
Or perhaps you decide to take a local bus because it costs less money.
Every choice has advantages and disadvantages.
Walking is free and you can see more of the city.
But walking may not be comfortable if it is raining or if your bags are heavy.
Taking a taxi is convenient.
However, it usually costs more than public transportation.
Public transportation often saves money.
But sometimes you need to wait, and during busy hours it can become crowded.
Crowded means there are many people in the same place. For example, the train was so crowded that everyone had to stand.
Many learners hear the word rush hour.
Rush hour is the busy time when many people travel to work in the morning or return home in the evening.
During rush hour, the roads often become full of traffic.
And buses or trains may also be very crowded.
I try to avoid rush hour whenever possible.
Me too. I enjoy traveling when everything feels calmer.
There is another useful expression. We often say, catch the bus.
This means arriving in time to get on the bus before it leaves. For example, I need to leave now because I want to catch the bus.
If you arrive too late, you miss the bus.
Missing the bus can change your whole schedule.
Especially if the next one comes 30 minutes later.
I once ran after a bus because I thought the driver had not seen me.
Did you catch it?
I was running as fast as I could, waving my hand and smiling.
That sounds hopeful.
The driver looked at me, smiled kindly, and then drove away anyway.
Oh no.
At least you got some unexpected exercise that morning.
That is one positive way to look at it.
Sometimes the best thing we can do is laugh and wait for the next bus. Waiting for the next bus sounds simple, but it can feel stressful when you are late for work, school, or an important appointment.
That is true. In those moments, it helps to know how to ask for information clearly and politely.
For example, you can ask, "Excuse me, when is the next bus to the city center?"
Or you can say, "Does this bus go to the train station?"
These questions are short, polite, and very useful when you are not sure which bus to take.
You can also ask, "Where should I get off?"
To get off means to leave a bus, train, or another form of public transportation.
And to get on means to enter it.
So we get on a bus, and later we get off the bus.
We also get on a train, a plane, or even a bicycle.
But we usually say that we get into a car or taxi.
And when we leave a car or taxi, we say that we get out of it.
These small differences can seem confusing at first.
Yes, but don't worry. The more English you hear, the more natural these expressions become.
Let's imagine a simple situation together.
Great. I'll be a local person waiting at the bus stop.
Excuse me, does this bus go to the city museum?
No, this one goes to the Central Market. You need bus number 24.
Thank you. Where can I catch bus number 24?
You can catch it across the street next to the pharmacy.
How often does it come?
It usually comes every 15 minutes, but there can be delays during rush hour.
Thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome. The museum is about 6 stops from here.
That conversation was very simple, but it included many useful expressions.
Yes, we used "Does this bus go to?" and "Where can I catch?"
We also used the word stop.
A bus stop is the place where people wait for a bus.
But the word stop can also mean one place where the bus pauses during its route.
For example, if the museum is 6 stops away, the bus will stop 6 times before you arrive.
Another useful word is delay.
A delay means something happens later than expected.
Heavy traffic, bad weather, or road construction can all cause delays.
You might hear an announcement that says, "The train is delayed by 10 minutes."
Then you know you will need to wait a little longer.
Delays are never fun, but understanding the announcement makes the situation much less stressful.
Another important word is route.
A route is the path that a bus or train follows from one place to another.
Some routes are direct, while others stop at many different places.
A direct route usually saves time because you do not need to change buses or trains.
Changing from one bus to another is often called making a transfer.
For example, you may take one bus downtown and then transfer to the subway.
Jake, do you usually like direct routes?
Yes, especially when I'm visiting a city for the first time.
Why is that?
Because I always worry that I'll get off at the wrong station or choose the wrong platform.
A platform is the place where passengers wait for a train.
Exactly. Some stations have 10 or even 20 platforms, and they can be quite confusing.
Have you ever been lost inside a train station?
Oh yes. One time I was looking for platform 8.
Did you find it quickly?
Not at all. I walked upstairs, downstairs, through a long hallway, and somehow ended up exactly where I started.
So you gave yourself a free walking tour.
That's one way to describe it.
What happened next?
Finally, I asked a station employee, "Excuse me, could you please tell me where platform 8 is?"
And what did they say?
They smiled and pointed to a large sign hanging directly above my head. I had walked past it 3 times.
That happens more often than people think.
Yes, sometimes we become so nervous that we stop noticing the obvious things around us.
That's why asking for help is always a good idea.
Most people are happy to help if you ask politely.
Let's practice another useful conversation.
Good idea.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to Green Street Cafe?
Of course. Go straight for 2 blocks, then turn left at the traffic lights.
Should I cross the street?
Yes. Cross at the pedestrian crossing and you'll see the cafe next to a bookstore.
Is it far from here?
No, it's only about a 10-minute walk.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Enjoy your coffee.
That conversation introduced several common direction words.
We heard go straight, turn left, cross the street, and next to.
These are expressions you will hear almost every day if you travel or visit a new place.
Another useful expression is opposite.
Opposite means directly across from something.
For example, the bank is opposite the post office.
We also often hear the phrase on the corner.
That means a building is located where 2 streets meet.
If someone says the restaurant is on the corner, you know exactly where to look.
Another question people ask is it within walking distance?
Walking distance means close enough to reach comfortably on foot.
Sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes taking a bus or taxi is a better choice.
Speaking of taxis, do you usually take taxis when you travel?
Only when I really need to. I usually prefer walking because I can discover interesting streets, small shops, and local cafes.
I feel the same way. Walking helps you notice details that you would never see from inside a car.
Sometimes I find a beautiful park, a quiet bookstore, or a small bakery just because I decided to walk instead of taking a taxi.
Those unexpected discoveries often become the best part of the trip.
I completely agree. Sometimes the journey through the city becomes just as enjoyable as the destination itself.
We've talked about different ways to travel around a city, how to ask for directions, and many useful expressions that can help you in everyday situations.
And now, let's talk about something that many people experience, especially when they visit a new place. Sometimes, even when you have a map, you still feel uncertain.
Yes, because finding the correct street is only one part of the journey. Feeling confident is another part.
I remember visiting a city where almost every building looked similar.
That sounds difficult. What happened?
I looked at my phone, then at the street, then back at my phone again. After a few minutes, I realized I was walking in a big circle.
That happens more often than people think.
Finally, I stopped, smiled, and asked a woman, "Excuse me, could you help me find the central library?"
Was she able to help?
Yes, she gave very clear directions and even walked with me for 1 block to make sure I was going the right way.
That was very kind of her.
It reminded me that asking for help is not something to feel embarrassed about.
I completely agree. Most people are happy to help when someone asks politely.
Learning English is similar in many ways.
That's an interesting comparison.
Sometimes you don't know the right word, sometimes you make a mistake, and sometimes you need to ask a question.
But every question teaches you something new.
Exactly. Confidence grows one conversation at a time.
Another useful tip is to stay calm when something doesn't go as planned.
Missing the right bus or taking the wrong street can be frustrating.
But becoming stressed often makes it harder to think clearly.
Taking 1 deep breath, checking your surroundings, and asking someone for help usually solves the problem much faster.
Modern technology also makes getting around much easier.
Yes, many people use map applications on their phones every day.
These apps can show walking routes, bus routes, train schedules, and even traffic conditions.
They are very helpful, but they are not perfect.
Sometimes the internet connection is weak.
Sometimes your phone battery becomes low.
That's why it's still useful to understand basic directions in English.
You never know when you'll need to ask a real person for help.
And having a short conversation with a local person can become one of the nicest parts of your trip.
You may even learn about a restaurant, a park, or a small shop that isn't in any travel guide.
Those personal recommendations are often the best ones.
I agree. Some of my favorite places were suggested by friendly local people.
Before we finish, let's review some useful vocabulary from today's conversation.
The first word is transportation.
Transportation means the different ways people travel, such as buses, trains, bicycles, taxis, and cars.
The next word is route.
A route is the path that a bus, train, or person follows to reach a destination.
Another important word is delay.
A delay means something happens later than expected.
We also learned the word platform.
A platform is the place where passengers wait to board a train.
Another useful expression is get around the city.
This simply means traveling from one place to another inside a city.
We also practiced get on and get off.
We get on a bus, train, or airplane, and later we get off when we reach our destination.
We also learned get into and get out of for cars and taxis.
Another useful phrase is walking distance.
If something is within walking distance, it is close enough to reach on foot.
We also practiced direction words like go straight, turn left, turn right, next to, opposite, and on the corner.
These expressions are some of the most useful phrases you can learn for everyday travel.
If you want to improve your speaking, try making your own sentences with today's vocabulary. You could say, I usually get around my city by bus.
Or, my office is within walking distance from my apartment.
You might also say, the supermarket is opposite the bank.
Creating your own examples is one of the best ways to remember new words.
And don't worry if your sentences are not perfect. Every sentence you practice makes your English a little stronger.
Before we finish today's episode, we'd like to ask you one simple question.
How do you usually get around your city? Do you prefer walking, riding a bicycle, taking the bus, driving a car, or using the subway?
We'd love to hear your answer. You can write something like, I'm your name from your country, and I usually get around my city by blank.
Writing a comment is a great way to practice your English and share your daily life with learners from around the world.
Every comment is another opportunity to use real English.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We hope today's conversation helps you feel more confident when traveling, asking for directions, and speaking English in everyday situations.
Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember that every small conversation brings you one step closer to fluency.
Take care, enjoy your day, and we'll see you in the next episode of Daily English Fluent Podcast.